Weekend's live action in Serie continues with the second of today's 4 matches. Alors, this one comes from Salento, or Lecce are facing a crucial game in their fight to stay in the Italian top. They lost 2. Signing of all of the Moroccan striker Wada Khedira on loan from Napoli. Khedira will lead the line again today. As Eusebio Di Francesco tries to find a different formula, different solutions to this significant goal scoring problem. And let's down our feet. For that. Dean's already there on the tunnel. Again, the Giallorossi are finding themselves in a desperate scrub for survival. It is familiar territory from Zerbio Di Francesco's side. But results and goals are urgently needed. They had to keep themselves out of the bottom of three. Standing in their way are a team buoyed by beating Roma last time out. At Via del Mare, it is Lecce taking on Udinese. Serie Di Francesco and Costa Bruniaic. Fourth meeting between these two. Francesco, of course, in charge of Venezia last season. It was a pretty entertaining game when these two teams last came face to face back in October. Friulani winning it by the odd goal in 5 in the end. It was actually their first home win of the campaign. Lecce, to their credit, did come close to snatching a point. Lecce make one change for the team which started at Torino last time out, with Kilonda Gaspar returning in central defence. Really his first start since his red card here against Parma last month. While the Cavaliere, as mentioned, will be the main man up top, flanked by Pierotti and Riccardo Sotila. Lecce skipper Vladimiro Falcone making his 150th Serie A appearance this afternoon. Those teams lining up for the traditional pre-match photographs following the Marathis with this afternoon's referee Antonio Rapuano. Jesper Karlström, the Udinese skipper, scored his only goal this campaign against Lecce back in October. Confirmation of the officials alongside Rapuano, Dario Ciccone, Sistema Rossi, and the fourth official Rosario Abisso. The Sony VAR this afternoon, Matteo Bermiglio. Just the one change also for the visitors comes up front, where Keelan Davis' injury gives Fatem Bayo his chance to lead the line. Borin started his first game for the Friulani since October. He's supported by both Arta Atta and Jürgen Kellenkamp in his slightly tweaked formation. Zaniolo, who's fit again, will have to mind his knee surgery and once again has to settle for a place on the bench. And here's Walid Khedira, who is signed on loan from Napoli. Spent the first half of this season with Swallow. Lecce short of firepower within their squad. They do have Gora Stulic on the bench again today. They'll come out of course, things out until the back end of the season. This then a huge game for the home side here at the Via del Mare. Points and goals are the priority for Di Francesco's team now. Udinese buoyed by the results. They come there in form. Had that fine win on Monday night against Roma. So not beyond the realm of reason to consider that Udinese at this point in time outsiders in the race for the European places. Top 6 or 7 finish will be enough, depending on how the league and the Coppa Italia pans out. Udinese find themselves at the moment on early February, well placed for house socks. As here's the visitors who are coming forward. Onto Arta. Ready to get onto the end of that ball from Castrum. There is Eusebio Di Francesco. Desperate to avoid chick and relegations. A corner went down with Zinoni. Now Lecce last two jam bags. So on the age, his second season in charge, the German of the Serie. And it is Bayo given his opportunity up top. Speculation that Zaniolo would be in the starting lineup again for this one. It is Bayo. Some more Footman. And gets his start. Well, Chitena. Satil to the chance to win a Christian in the good ball in that Jadena's header. He's over the top. That was a chance for the Giallorossi. Good counter by the home side. Satil heading the ball onto his right foot, finding the head of Chadera. His header off target. Encouraging start though for Di Francesco's side. Spaio. Ezibwe. The Bossa Son Jado found to put the ball out to play. Now Jastra. Look. Marseille starts on that right side as opposed to his traditional list. Taking Albertola played in choose what positions are the side of Thomas Christensen. Rather ambitious from there, staying away from goal. Bayo to make its mark, and this Udinese side just still looking for his first goal assist. It is in fact looking for their third straight winner this afternoon. Their problem by and large has been inconsistency. Particularly at home, this didn't come Lecce. Gerotti and Tidero, this is Chitena. Square boards, cut up by Carlson. It's up. Harbour. Well done, son. Goodness. Oh my God. Breaks the deadlock for the Giallorossi. The Israeli with the perfect start for the Salentini. How they needed a start just like this. Chadera and Chiarotti combining. In the end, Jadira's low centre was only half cut out. Karlström slipping at the vital moment. And Omri Gangelman was in the right place to profit and find a corner. Bukoya might feel he could have done better, but the shot was coming at him from close range. There's the celebration from Di Francesco. Gentlemen putting Lecce ahead. Their first goal since the game here against Parma a month ago. Great relief, burn round the Via del Mare. A little warning, however. Goal I mentioned a month ago, scored by Sturnic. Was even earlier, in the first minute against Parma. He went on to lose the game by 2-1. There is a stain in the game about scoring too early. And nevertheless, the perfect start for Lecce here. Coming into this game under so much pressure to get something out of it, preferably all 3 points. A glance at the Serie A table will tell you why. Castro losing out again on that occasion. And thought should slip by Udinese's Swedish skipper. Supplying the opportunity for Gandelman to break the deadlock. Remind you that Lecce got 8 without a winger coming into this game. The Lion has seen the teams behind them close the gap, particularly Fiorentina. Bear in mind the sorry position that they found themselves in 4 to 6 weeks or so ago. Comfortable for Thiago Gabriel to see the ball out. It should be mentioned that John Hopkins had to play the likes of Juventus, Roma, and the 2 Milan clubs in the winner's spell. The damning statistic coming into this game was not so much only the lack of points, but also the lack of goals. They heard it on here. Salento had done at least some way trying to remedy that. Udinese unable to keep the ball in play. Long from the goal to store a Gandelman. And this is Atta. Somewhere out of pressure from Gandelman finds Kalston, and away come Udinese. Solek. It's Ibuen. Was cross is charged down by Antonino Gallo. Zibwe very much getting his opportunity at the moment in this Udinese lineup through the unfortunate injury to Zanoli. Until that nuts. Able to keep the ball in play. So a welcome sight for Udinese and their supporters to see him back in action. Crucial figure in this Fulani side. There's the number of games. Wider side, Christmas still injury. It's any coincidence that Udinese's upturn in Florida has coincided with his comeback. Corner to Lecce. Another opportunity to put pressure. They want Okoye's goal. Okoye with the punch. Finds the edge of his area. And veers far. There's Ramadani. Ramadani. In his third season with club Albania International. Leo Vega putting the ball back into play. To a pass, Tony Van Karsten, and away comes Udinese. Lecce support on his likes on Zibwe. There's Zibwe, looks to get in a plus. It's well cut out. Falls to Chedina. Ramadani under pressure. And then goes to the front corner. It was by Serie. Back with the Frenchman. Sotil. They'll let it run. This is Chedina. Comes to his side. Supports him. Jandanan. Khedira goes down. Free kick goes Lecce's way. Good word from the Moroccan. It's an encouraging start overall this for the Giallorossi, not just because they find themselves ahead. Khedira looking lively. The spectacular clearance in the end by Thiago Gabriel. So set piece for the home side. Carlos Sotil standing over the ball. From Fiorentina this season to keep T currently plays for, just ahead of his parent club in the Serie table. This is just clearly Okoye's crossbar. Decent effort from Wigan. New target just the once for Lecce this season. Mercato Sotil. Dapstos. And dirty. It's under pressure from Jard team that gets the decision from rest of the Irapuano. Just reaching the 50-minute mark here. Now the Via del Mare. Then the side already enjoying that slender advantage he brought to them by Reese's signing on the Gandil night. Adnan was the target. Counters header. Clearance by Ramadani. Tapcharochi. And was chased out by Abdanta. Antonino Ganno. gentleman wins the decision under the nose of the referee. And Larsolo with the foul. And there's it. They thought, well, away from home actually better and at home form overall. 5 of their 9 winners coming on the road. But as we've already seen today, they do concede goals. And there's been a lot of their problems all season. They have more defending to do. Free kick from Antonino Gallo. Comes up Gerard to's header. Jasper hiding the ball back in. That's pretty comfortable for Koya. Again, a loose ball by Udinese. Thiago Dabanhão. Gallo's looking so subtle. Just straying into an offside position. As an all new line. Nelson is looking to the right. Bayo. Sounds up. Saw the forward ball. Cambayo. Still 10 goals in this spell up for the last season on the Irish Championship. Attack, looking his own, looking at Bayo. Reaches him and he tries the shot. Flag was up. Yeah, Dorian well aware. This is his opportunity. Keenan Davis out for several weeks, at least 4. Zaniolo just coming back from minor knee surgery. Sad side to see Keenan Davis suffered an injury the game against Roma the other night. He was in tears when he had to come off. Up to muscle injury. Knew straight away something that sort of keeping out for a while. And this sort of season in which he's been in terrific form as well. Top scorer. And 7 goals in Serie A. So on Gazla by Solid. This time Davis, the speed in recovery. Still have a big part to play in this campaign. Especially if, as I'd say, Udinese give themselves an opportunity to challenge for a European place. As things stand here, they are trailing. 20 minutes and the watch. Challengers by Zamora on Daniel Vega. You probably heard it. Chef Shins. That should have been a Francesco. His second spell in charge here. And Lecce. Was in charge for a few months back on 2011. In fact, this fixture, Udinese, was his very first in charge. His team won 2-0 that day. They're hoping it's all an omen. What happened? Vi efter vilken färg vi har symbolerna. Backer upp team. Dom Lecce. Serie. Gallo's center. Cut out by Miller. Now Kemp. Miller. Losing out in the center circle. Good old team to challenge by Zamora. Just as Pierotti was shaping to shoot. Lecce have the man down. Still in the center circle. Suddenly Bali. Certainly affects that collision with the young Scot. Then Miller. Challenged that one by Zamora. Pierotti was a long way out, but his body language suggested he had every one thing in mind. After that, looking for the run of Bayo. Gourmet quickly out to the edge of his area. Down and then beaten to the ball by that. Bayo. Support from Kellen Cal. Switches the play towards that attack. Soon Walker. And Zamora goes down. And red for them. That one. Another points immediately to the penalty spot. An excellent opportunity for the Friulani to hit back. Gaspar committing to the challenge. Deep ball in the first place from after time. Zamora was in there. Zamora going to ground. It set the ball past Gaspar on the edge. Understandably not dissatisfied with that decision. 1-0 Lecce lead. Udinese found a big opportunity to level things up. Check continues for now. Cornet is advised to return to his goal. And it is still be waiting for the final decision. Players from both teams getting involved. Udinese's irregular penalty taker is Keita Davis. So the absence of the Englishman, it will be the Frenchman. Ila Solé up against Vladimiro Falcone. Solé is made to wait. Solé draws Udinese level. Second goal of the campaign for the French defender, Oumar Solé. Still the protests continue. But Costa Bujac's team are level. It's all to play for here at the Via del Mare. Good finish at the end by Serie. Sending Falcone the wrong way. Francesco seeing his team pegged back after that very early advantage. Scandaman who put them ahead after just 5 minutes. Here come Lecce again. Dangerous ball in, has to be cleared by Kirsten so that is near post. Blade short to Gallo. Sotil. This Morea boss, who was brought down by Kilon de Gaspar for the spot kick. Ball still in play. Shot coming in from Ramadani is blocked. Tristan's his head up. Miller with the clearance, only as far as Antonio Gallo. Sotil. And this charge down. Visible at the expense of another corner. Lecce will be frustrated. It's been overall a decent first half an hour for them. Sotil's corner, hit up with head by Thiago Gabriel. Portuguese met it well at the near post, but he was always underneath the ball. Keep it down. Wait. A high reach. Kubayo is on the ball now. Camp is with him. It's back with the striker. There's Ibwe. Finds Miller. Miller lifting the ball into the danger area. Half cut out by Gaspar. Mouse aboard it again. This time Lecce will clear their lines. Perotte loses out to Tata. All of it strappy on the edge of the area here, but here is the border. Dastron. Sonora finding space on this left-hand side for Udinese. South penalty came about. Caracel. Finding his skipper Karlsson. Runs him to Perotti. Now Miller. Miller. 5 starts in his last 6 Serie matches. Favourite to Scotland. And finding his feet now. In Italian football. And there's again. To bide his time, the teenager, to get his opportunity, but he's certainly making the most of it in recent weeks. Here he is again. There's Ibwe. Tips the ball at play.
Barrios nails the free kick. No, the Gaspar with the infringement. And ball looking for the run. John is in order. Zamora. Gaspar with the clearance only as far as Castro. Then behind. Tuesday, easy blood. And then he started this first half very bright quick. Lecce handing themselves pegged that somewhat. And Lecce, but this first half is rather swung away all the visitors. They're showing disbelief at the decision, but decision went to Udinese's way. Sales board is looking once again at Bayo. Leftley. And giving away a free kick in the end. Who's Tuss with Danilo Vega. Mentioned Lecce's problems in front of goal. It's not just been this season. Among the lowest scorers in each of their previous 3 seasons in Serie. That is their 4th season up at this level. So, ended last season under just 27 from their 38 matches. The Udinese side. Still they survived. And goes down. Challenged by Gandelman and the Stroxman. It's called by the Israeli. No. All right. Hey. There's ball shouted by Zamora. That's it, Perches for Tierativ on the edge of their respective technical areas. Naktas clearance up towards the centre circle. And the ball back to Lecce. It's Riccardo Satti. Koulibaly. Decision once again, and there's gone Udinese's way. Mike Amplet, Hill Storiel, well, there's 3 new faces in the end that Lecce brought in the January transfer window. They did their fortunes. And the Kidira, another one, of course. Moroccan also joined by the German defender Sadiq Fofana. And the substitutes bench this afternoon. Lecce did also try for seat in the football. Chapiri. They're going. What did you your cap for Spain? Down low. That stood ahead of Sonnet. Miller with their head up. Cut out by Koulibaly. Now Riccardo Sottile. Well, that's in the position on the left-hand side. Riccardo Sottile.
Probably one of Lecce's best performers in their last game at Torino last week. Yeah, and they now lost by the only goal. Che Adams this corner. Certainly been an important signing. Saw the Salentini, Sati. Last season all alone at Milan. Gabriel's challenge. This clearance. Satil unable to keep the ball in play. Mina for Kevin Kemp. Darius Pires finds Khedira. Tied black and white shirts. Crowded Lecce out in the centre of the park. Good skill by Lautaro Attack. It's one shot, and he just might. Certainly, Vic was always fading away from Falcone's left-hand post. The skill, though, threatening the Frenchman Arthur to junior Lecce players. We'll see what's for. Real talent for the Friulani is Tab. Oh, and for Benny Ramadani's clearance. Khedira. Under 7 minutes of the first half now remaining. And Udinese Salento. Square, one apiece. That didn't opening the scoring for Lecce. Sonny equalising for the Friulani from the penalty spot. First going in. Player called and collected. Very little pressure. Me. Are you? Slant up and there's something. Thiago Gabriel. Touch, but was said he felt the challenge. Sets. Just caught his foot. Did Bakambayo as he attempted to accelerate away. Ramadani. Until his head up. And Chisamura. For Iga. Melgardo. Sub Taylor coming inside. Diallo will look for the run of Sotil in front of him. Diallo with the cross, steep, bits too deep. It's no danger. So Toya. Van Gestel. He's been pleased with what he's seen. So he's seen so far. Got more chances, side from the goal. Khedira with a header. Bernie on. Another header. Thiago Gabriel going over the top. And Sotil going close to the free kick. Gaspar. Captain with Bayo. No, only the decision in the end. The Gaspar back in the starting lineup here this afternoon. Dap. Girotti will get there ahead of Bertrand. Still the Argentinian. Poor ball does a bit. Does well. Girotti in the end. Took a loose ball, but away with pass. Looking for the run of Jadila. Lecce just not quite finding their passes in those forward areas. Being a bit more joy down their left-hand side thus far. Nice by Thiago Gabriel. Tom by Koulibaly. That's Kawankel to Chase. Tenenkamp wave. Vashman in a slightly more advanced area. A side change of formation by Costin on the edge to go with the 1+2 up front. Killenkamp and the tap. Operating just behind Adebayo. Yeah, they don't come out for Suizo Touche. Dummy clearly a foul zone. Stepping out of the hands. There. Oh, geez, here's the boy. Sweaty palms, perhaps. Oh, well, nice head up. Finds Karlström. So, and a Miller. And there's Ibue supported by a Killen of Chan. Just slightly wayward cross, fraud in the Dutchman. Dani under pressure. Song Jason. Ball is with Antonino Gallo. Inside the final 90 seconds of this first half. Subtil, will he get there? Not quite. He's played just too far ahead of him. At least the first half, as the Ricardo Subtil. And indeed, Deshay will get a corner. It's out this foray. Should be hitting himself was there. It's gone over to deliver. Easily cut out by Jordan Zamora. Dello swing the ball back into the danger area. Here's Scribali. And Nadani sports his teach. Was kept in play, played in the end by Leonard Miller. But Wesley Rapuano signals that it is a goal kick to the visitors. Shedden's crossing the line before Kadira headed back into play. Oh, 2 minutes of stoppage time signals. Time perhaps that they're one of these two teams to conjure up something. Cheon Chan finds Bayo. Voriel puts toss the ball. Well, Lecce will get the decision. If anything, seems to be sandwiched by the two Lecce defenders. Hence, the frustration on the Ivorian's face. There is this by Solet. And now they will let the ball run out of play. Kadira finds a killing cap. Sweeps the net forward for the run of Jordi Zamora. Her Spa was there first. penalty. Gianti. Tadira. Losing out to Thomas Christensen. Well, tap. Cards by Vega. Shabu's clearly didn't think so. What? That is the last action of the first half here. In Salento, the first half is well a pace between these two. Gandelman putting Lecce ahead inside the first 5 minutes. Terrific start for the Gianluca Rossi, the Israeli, with his first goal for his new club. Third bar, Sulation stepped up to put out his friend. Penalty response, beating Falcone. The video Mari. There we no level against Lecce 1. Would amazing 1. The box ready on. Red Bull hopefully solid. Then we do pretty. Welcome back to the Via del Mare in Salento in southern Italy. Lecce and Udinese at one apiece. Omori Ganuman. Lecce is Israeli new signing. Being home side ahead inside the first 5 minutes. Sole briefly in your picture, equalising from the penalty spot for the Friulani. So everything still to play for in a game in which Lecce, given their plight in the lower reaches of the Serie A table, are desperate to take something from, preferably maximum points. They get off to that perfect start, the pin peg back. Confirmation on the bottom of your screen of the lineups for both sides. 4-3-3 shape for the Giallorossi. Radwano. We've started the game with a drop ball. Dispatched into Vladimiro Fanconi. Udinese's lineup. Having a slight tweak in the formation from their regular 3-5-2. Four-man midfield. From the Miller at the heart of it. Kellenkamp, the Dutchman, and Atta at the shoulder of Kumbayo. 3-4-2-1. Look Falcone. Beaten in the first half early by the penalty. Udinese, despite growing into the game in the first period, had also too much in the way of direct threat. As almost the whole side gone ahead early on, created the better of the chances that there were. Upspects to those going to Ricardo Sottil. We'll see kick. Fractionally cleared the crossbar. Ginella did tie himself up as Lecce prepare another assault and the visitors' goal. Satu's ball in. There's Ibwe. We'll see that bounce harmlessly out of play. So far in Serie on this match week, it's 4. We've seen Verona Pisa share the points of a goalless draw Friday night, the Bentegodi. 2 matches yesterday. The more exciting. Napoli turning out on top in a 5-goal thriller as the Kellenkamp comes away with the ball now. Atta was attempting the first time shot, charged out. Gallo with an opportunity to put out. Napoli, as I say, winning a 5-goal thriller. Genoa with a late goal, another late goal, earning Torino for share of the spoils in a 2-2 draw at the Artemio Franchi Fiorentina. Kellenkamp finds Atta in space. The French that in turn was looking to vacuum Bayo's run. Comes to nothing. 2 teams have already been in action earlier on today. Union derby between Bologna and Parma. That too settled by a very late strike. Bordognes winning it in stoppage time. Those teams having been reduced to 10 men. Another painful result for Bologna this Serie season that is really not going their way in recent weeks. Bologna sitting behind Udinese in the table. For the result, for the pleased Lecce too much either. Parma just a couple of places above them in the table. They will, however, have taken some comfort from Fiorentina failing to win last night against Torino. Had they done so, Labiola, he would have found out of the bottom 3, and Lecce would have found themselves in it. It's all very tight down there. Those teams currently on 18 points. For the Ibanez header on. Our ball is with Bastila. And back to this goalkeeper. And Kellenkamp almost cut out by Thiago Gabriel, well aware of the danger of the Dutchman behind him. Kellenkamp, as mentioned, playing in a slightly more forward position. something which we've seen more regularly. To make it 2 goals in 2 games, the Dutch make, and I think has scored the winner against Roma on Monday night. The final strike was helped by deflection. Sousa coming camp. He does score, he doesn't score often. He does score this season, Udinese win. That's 3 of his doors upcoming games. Almost did come out on top the field, Marnie. Sotiu ran into trouble there. Bayu was held back. And a decision goes Lecce's way. But the side didn't. Bayu unable to get back on our side in time. Was a little swapping from the home side. The Zuma Sole. Tata finds a killing count. And Zibwe. Armstrong looking to chip the ball through. And that's still 2 for Lecce. Now get that ahead of a killing count. Goes for the byline. Tomo Jas. Dangers only half cleared. Pam Lebo's looking for support. Finds it at the end in the shape of Sotil. And Madani onto his left foot. Crowded out. The ball is back with Gallo. Promising opening for the home side. A moment to go, but the cross comes in now. Gandalf is under it. Pierotti will keep the ball in play. Support. First side ball in. Put him a lead with a head up. And comes to nothing. That was an opening for Lecce. Seeing any black and white shirts managing to get themselves between Gandelman and goal. That's Bart's head up. Namadani. Lecce will look to do it again. Soren at that ahead of Sotil and pulled it back. Encouraging start though to the second half by the Salentini. Starting much as they started the first, and Austin the ball coming down this left-hand side, looking time and time again for Ricardo Sotil. Really, Eusebio Di Francesco feels that's where he and his team will give some mileage. Madana's stable into Udinese half. It's comfortable for Bertola. Zamora. Just a miss kick the ball at the vital moments. Driving Zamora. Ten minutes of the second half gone. Still to play till here in the south of Italy. Lecce, they have to win since 3rd of December. Desperate to get points on the board. Costa Vomiaic shows no such worries. His team are comfortably sitting in mid-table. They'll want more. They'll see their opportunity. It's only February. Still 14 more games to go after this. They will no doubt be eyeing the possibility of a challenge for the European places. They found themselves in a very similar position this time last season, in fact. Fails to get to 40 points. Pretty rapid time. Talk then of an assault on York, and that was when in her season when they fall, fell off a cliff. This is Lennon Miller. Well, attack done by a Kellenkamp is read by Kjellon de Gaspar. The ball takes a Lecce. Udinese having got themselves into that advantageous position, and ended last season losing 8 over the last 10 matches. As for Hezibwe, he was down, and he was some degree of difficulty. Time clear. There we go, both their side. Just caught perhaps by Khedira. There again, Bowman. Quick look there at his opening goal. It's early on in this fixture. Not a bad way to start your career at your new club. And there was Udinese's leveller from the penalty spot. Marcellet stepping forward, finding the net. Reminded that there is no Keenan Davis looking at that injury against Roma on Monday night. And the French defender was the one charged with taking the penalty. Anybody now Soti. Again, Koulibaly finds Gallo. Those goes in from Sotu, and there's deep floor the way around the Bayakoya. Did just enough. Khedira should still able to keep the ball under control. Ana Sotiri comes inside Hezibwe. Now Ramadani. Koulibaly. Origa. And Buddy finds the Portuguese. Origa comes inside. To do that again. So just let him down a touch. And the does to the third corner. Reach there, mark here. Now Salento. Actually, the time the team is beginning seriously to think about making changes, freshen things up, tweak the tactics a little. Soti taking on the Hezibwe. Koulibaly, Ramadani. Soti on that left foot, decent cross. Headed clear by Zamora. Danger is not cleared. Sharp jumps in, just clears the crossbar. Danilo Veiga with the effort. The rear corner. decent strike from the Portuguese. Soto centre, headed clear, brought down, struck it early, just to provide for a moment, but nevertheless it was a decent hit. Encouragement from his teammate Gandelman. Comes the corner, head ups and put it back in. It's wide. Terran Larson, Udinese player. Again there, may have come off the back of Custom. Indeed it did. More defending for Udinese to do. Sotio's corner. Dictated here by Bertola. The pressure this would spell for the home side. Again, Sotil swings it in, comfortably headed clear by Zamora at the near post. Gallo lofts it back into the danger area, and Okoya comes and claims. Bayo. Lives it out to Valadani. They're beaten to the ball by Bertola. Rather doing the Musi. First hole this afternoon's changes with the imminent introduction of Idrissa Gueye. For Zaniolo. That's readying to take in the field. Done in change in the end. And now Idrissa Gueye for Bayo. So Niolda coming in for Lennon Miller. Served on Lecce down in the meantime. Salah's like Bertola. And that would be the first booking of the afternoon here at the Via del Mare. Bertola pleading his innocence. Then there was the challenge. It certainly have made for one for Danilo Baigan. Another set piece. Fiornicello must see. Gallo and Sotil both over the ball. Will be Gallo. Ball hits the wall. Veiga sweeps it back in. That was seen harmlessly out of play. This time it'll be the home side to make changes. To approach the halfway mark in the second period. So out to a kill and kill. That's the challenge in. To be Israeli's frustration. Doesn't get a decision. For a substitute at Idrissa Gueye, losing out. Tilibani swooping the ball forward, looking to Khedira. Bertola, let's keep it in play.
Zerbedi Sanchez still. What he wants, how he feels. He can have an impact on the strings during the substitutions. It is Sotillo looking at Tadera and finding him still Tadera. Koulibaly. Now touch for Zaniolo. Finds Jay. Limousine out to Ramadani. Now Sotillo. Once again seen plenty of the ball in this left-hand side. Sotillo looks at a space to shoot to the end and finds Ramadani. And Adani's effort is blocked. Change will be made. Could be Lamek Banda. Once that place, see now Argentinian Santiago Pierotti. Hang up, he's another listen up. And like Gaspar, so red here at the defeat to Parma a few weeks ago. Take the position on that right-hand side of Lecce's front three. White flag switch. We're going to kill and camp. Showed some people a perfect pass, Dutchman this time. Last year, 3 goals in 2 games. Early February, might include another Morty and Essert. So the 1-1 draw at the Maradona against Napoli. That's a terrific goal. What? Udinese operating now very much with 2 out-and-out strikers in the shape of Zaniolo and Gay. Behind and returning to the more traditional 3-5-2 lying up there by just over 20 minutes remaining. Nacho certainly having the better of this second half. And they're really testing Lubuka Koya. Still plenty of time. As we've been saying all along, their problem is creating chances and scoring goals. And you do get the impression that that will remain a problem for them. No, it's up until May. This is Ramadani. Setu trying to fit the ball through the legs of Zibwe. And there's Zibwe that gives away the free kick. Decision. Smooth lens down. Held it that person. There is better than away from the suspension. Said that, I mean, that's a killer chance. Zamora not far enough back. Ball thumbs in. In the end, soon comfortable. Still Koya. Chidira, Thul is running. Pressure circle by way of service in this game. It looked lively early on. Palace, Udinese, and this could be a real opportunity for Gay. Fine challenge at the end this time by Gaspar.
had to get that one absolutely right. Remember it, this here, you dead away the penalty in the first half. Who timed that one perfectly to dispossess with Trezeguet by the That's it. Down the wall chase. Smith Christensen. And so seeing the ball bounce out to play. And that was the opportunity for Gay. Just for Gons, I guess. Inche, getting in the challenge. Fine defending. Solely Adela. That's up. Udinese. Publicità. 8 dispatch. 3 points behind top 7. 7. Possibly be enough for European football. Here come Udinese with the Trezeguet. That's up. Switch the ball in. It's looking for Zamora. Is Veiga with the important clearing header. The draw today will take the Friulani to 33 points. 3 points behind Atalanta. And in action tomorrow against Cremonese. Listen, Yolo hitting a shot away, like in his power and accuracy. It was on Yor, but married this week. Went to this long-term partner, Sana. To celebrate finally another personal fight. And 3 points for Udinese on Dini Adol from the man himself. His last start came against Pisa last month. Then an extra couple of matches. Now, a very small knee operation. These days that can be done that quickly. And it is back. It's not yet in the starting lineup. There's this Carlston. Poor ball, not for the first time. It's on the skipper. Sortil. Ball is not properly played it. Headed by a Kellen Cap. Udinese do just enough. So. Hand up. Yeah, Madami. Veiga from the body, but the boom breaks down. Under pressure. Does well the Frenchman and finds Zaniolo. Turn of pace from Zaniolo. This is Solé. Thought is blocked. Once again, the Frenchman across the deep. That'll be comfortable. So Veiga. Point for Lecce in this game. Keep them as they stand. It is 17th spot. Take one to the 19 points. Just a point ahead of Fiorentina. John Rossi will be very cautious indeed. There is a little bit of a gap above them. Have to pick up points in conflicting. Fiorentina's form is improving overall. The pressure really on the John Rossi. Their noses out of the bottom straight. Right. So essentially the start of this game, it is not unfamiliar territory for the Salentini. They've been staying for survival almost ever since they got into Serie in 2022. As long as their goal-scoring problems remain, it's more than a very uphold task. In guilty of goal scoring, we have a change up top for the home side. Stulic. Replace Radit Khedira, who overall has had a disappointing afternoon up front. Neropton. That's a so much depends. And what he does is with body. It's not been his afternoon. Stulic, who scored Lecce's last goal via to Gandal's effort this afternoon. That being a month or so ago, rather tells its own story. Diallo. Libai caught by Carlston. Just under 12 minutes remaining. Dane, that's been another pegging since before the half-hour mark. Sturridge. And Latani was supposed to take. Started to the arms, Lakoya. Stulic doing well to bring the ball under control and create the opportunity for the Albanian. Doesn't score too often. Baranadani did see, who did sound final fabulous effort at the back end of last season here against Torino to secure crucial 3 points. As Lecce just stayed up at the end. They won both of their last 2 games by that scoreline. But Anibali hitting the winner, the Stadio Olimpico against Lazio to secure the first season in Serie. So the Salentini. Where's Clearis? Zaniolo is under it, does well to bring the ball under control, tries the shot from distance. Washi trees far away. A vicious effort from Nicola Zaniolo. Shouldn't be particularly surprised by that. Cornet, his left hand post covered. Zaniolo with 5 goals to his name in this Serie A campaign. Still hoping to play his way, Nicola Zaniolo, and the international record. Italy, they'll hardly remind you that those short World Cup playoffs coming up at the end of March. Look at so the Bilson Nanajari, see that neck down. Shot comes in, that's absolutely wide from the substitute in 3. So, decent break this by Lecce. Banda was onside, it was marginal. Went back into the path of corner, and Ray hitting it first time. Or just skidding wide of Okoye's left-hand post. Lecce have really had the better of this second pass. Tellingham goes through. Referee Rapuano calls it back. Chairs are saying I had the better of this second half. Without really causing Poya too many problems. Here comes Ganlo. Leonard Banda. Of course, comes in. And does well. Skills in the Frenchman, not quite sure how he got away with it, but he did. And Zandiola trying to put that away. Didn't quite get the pass right. Certainly an entertaining player to watch after attack. Ramadani. Jellicoe losing out to Ramadani. A suspensory. Gandelman. Hendry surrounded by black and white shirts. Again the substitutes. Good challenge this time by Solet. And out comes the chart again. It's a nation that it is for. And Banda. It means that the Lecce winger will not be available. So the next game against Cagliari on Monday week. Lecce down to the Paul Thomas, Udinese, entertaining Serie next Sunday. Stunic, Ladive, Soldiallo. 6 minutes of the game remaining. Right down the communication. Let's see, Gadalo. Banda. Spit a pattern of this game to some extent. Lecce have been found wanting with the final pass. Got themselves into reasonable positions. There we see again the breakaway by Udinese. Broke away, which had plenty of promise, but in the end came to nothing. But Udinese preparing another substitution. Jim Cabasele. Oh yeah, Zaraga, Spanish midfielder, placing Jürgen Kellenkamp. Both of them, there's different. So the pressure on Stulic who is at the feet of Nicolas Stulic. Now Ramadani finding Lamek Banda. Still Banda. The shot is well blocked. Trezeguet lost out. Gentleman, Stulic, Koulibaly, finding Antonino Gallo. Cross comes in. Might sell to Jasmine. It's it to Spano. Udinese scrub the ball to safety. Is Gentleman again going close? Amadani. Gallo. Anders trot. She's headed clear by Christensen. Less than 3.5 minutes remaining, and Lecce are applying the pressure. Gatlin loses out to Bertola. Everybody back for Udinese. Offside, didn't. There's a breathe again. It was the opportunity. It was Gentleman with the effort. It came off the defender's boot of Christensen. Looked aimed with the fingers over Koya and came back from the woodwork. Gentleman, though he is so close to a second of the game. That's how the fascia scored now. Exactly how close and his team have come to taking all 3 points at that planet. But there's still time. It's Islamic Panda. Gallo moving out to Cabasele. The intern gives the ball away. Islamic Panda comes inside to Trezeguet. The Senegalese striker knew what was coming. No. Shiny Newton Bertola in the referee's notebook. Stop it. That'll make Banda in his tracks. Inside the last 90 seconds. Not expecting the referee until you that one will add on too much by way of stoppage time in this one, which is happening on a few and far between. That's the time it's sunning out now for Lecce to get those 3 points. They're so sorting the Islamic Banda's effort. So, Delvo making runs. Lecce hope themselves ahead in the dying moments of this game. Look what it means on the touchline. Terrific scenes of celebration here in Salento. Zambek, Tanda crashes on one different free kick. Lost by Dinka, Troya. And just at the point when it looked like Lecce might have to settle for a point, had they gone and secured already? The fabulous free kick. Then the Zambian still out of the season for him. Celebration for Nazefio Di Francesco and Vladimir Fattoni. Well, it's a wonderful moment for the Lecce supporters. They have had so little to cheer this season. They are now just moments away for what will be only their 6th win of the Serie A campaign. 4 minutes of stoppage time have already been signalled. Lecce want to make a further substitution. So the defensive reinforcement will come as little surprise. Yabil Siebert. And already Gandalman, scorer of their first goal this afternoon. There's the man to make way. Castro is also being replaced by Udinese. There on your street, so the Lecce residents, Severio Sticky Damiani, and you can see in the expression on his face what that goal could mean to him, could mean to nearly everybody in this stadium. In the film, hope that. Well, it looked for all the world as though this game was petering out to a 1-1 draw. But lo and behold, decision does go on Lecce's way. And Ladani on the floor. The host side do not have long to hold on. Ladani just caught by the substitute, the Dressage. Drama we have here in Salento. Here is the goal scorer, Lamek Panda. What a difference he has made. They can hang on to this, Giallorossi. It will put them on to 21 points. Just 3 points behind Cremonese and Genoa. Now things can change in a moment. In Serie A, Fiorentina thought they had all 3 points last night until right at the death when Torino were able to equalise. Led of money. Just to the 3 points, Slaviol ended up with 1. And here, right at the death too, is at a what point? Lecce. Fleet for survival with Fiorentina. Hull on the brink of ending up with 3. Zaniolo, challenged by Lamadani. He reaches out to the Albanian. Chairs right round the Via del Mare. 4 minutes of stoppage time have come and gone. All those out of play. Nobody will mind too much if Lecce can just hold on. Jatlo's head up. Vested his challenge by Stulic. Zaniolo. Sole. Siding after Atta. Is there time for Udinese to hit back once more? Poi Zalaga. His cross is steady, and in Faltone will play. Let's see it again. What a strike inside that right-hand post. What a celebration by Francesco, Di Francesco and company. Those pictures told their own story, didn't they? What a fight on 3 points these are about to be. Stulic has Banda in support. All at the right end of the pitch as far as Lecce and Kassan. And now the host side celebrates. Just a 6th victory of this Serie A season for Eusebio Di Francesco's men. Lamed Banda, the match winner, with a fabulous free kick right at the end. Great celebration at the Via del Mare. More disappointment for Costa Vujicic and his team. Once again, those problems of inconsistency coming to haunt them. But this afternoon is Lecce's afternoon. Jandelman got them off the mark after 5 minutes with his first for his new club. And Lamed Banda with the winner. His third of the season as we approached stoppage time. 3 crucial points for the Salentini here in southern Italy. They can enjoy their afternoon. There haven't been too many like it this season, but they've won this one here at the Via del Mare, beating Udinese by 2-1.